Welcome
to New Entry Wrestling Podcast, baby. Welcome back to New Entry Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Sexy Ian, with my co-host, Ever. What it do, baby?
Hey Ian, hey listeners out there. All right, listeners. Before we get started, please check out our Teespring. Check out our store at teespring.com for some merch. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at New Entry Wrestling Pod. We got some cool videos on there. Wondering if we're on other platforms? Yes, we are. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and Radio Public. If you haven't already, please go to our YouTube page at New Entry Wrestling Podcast. Please help support by subscribing, liking, and sharing.
Yeah, please go support. We need money. You know how much gas is?
Yeah, it's expensive.
It's expensive, but luckily for us, we have sponsors.
Yeah, today's episode is sponsored by Fa Boutique.
Oh my gosh, they're so nice people, but oh my gosh, we cannot say their name. But it's all right. They're not paying us that much. But anyways, thank you, Fa Boutique, for sponsoring this episode. You want to go ahead and get your custom-made shirts, bags, sweaters, pillows, mugs. What is that? Pillows. Oh, plates. Oh, they do plates too. That's pretty cool. Go check out Fa Boutique on Instagram. It's FEYFABBOUTIQUE. I got confused with Q and U. Yeah, send them an email and all that stuff. If you want a custom-made, shirt, whatever. They do everything. They reach out to you, or yeah. Anyways, let them know New Entry send you there, and you'll get 10% off on your order. So yeah, for sure. Thank you, Fa Boutique, for sponsoring.
Yes, definitely. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's continue with this episode.
Yeah, let's go into it. Let's go. We just had Revolution recently, AEW Revolution. Let's go into that.
It was a cool show that I did not watch. But anyways, what's the results, Ever?
Well, should I go into the pre-show too, or
do whatever you want?
You got Chris Statlander.
Don't touch me.
Chris Statlander versus Layla Hirsch. Layla Hirsch went out with the victory.
Ooh.
Hook versus QT Marshall.
Ooh.
Hook ended up winning.
Is Hook a babyface?
I think he is. Yeah, he is a babyface.
Is he part of Team Taz?
That's his son.
I know, but is he part of Team Taz?
Yeah, he is.
Team Taz still a thing?
I think it is. Yeah, it is. They haven't broken up yet. I mean, they still got like the same guys on there.
Oh, okay.
And then we had Pac, Penta, Scooter, or Pentagon. Eric Redbeard, formerly known as Eric Rowan, versus House of Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, Malachi Black. Wow, what a weird name for a bunch of white guys.
Yeah.
But they House of Black ended up winning. After that, they had Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston ended up taking the victory,
making Chris Jericho tap out. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's weird to make a man of 1,004 holds tap out, right?
Yep.
It's crazy. Then we had the AEW Tag Team Championship match. It was Jurassic Express versus Redragon versus the Young Bucks. The Jurassic Express took the win.
People were saying that was the night, like a very good match of the night, very good tag team match and stuff like that.
Why do you think they retained though? You have Redragon, or Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, and the Young Bucks.
I mean, the storyline could continue.
Yeah.
The Jurassic Express could face the Red Dragons and the Young Bucks. Hey, I don't even recall them facing the Young Bucks yet. I mean, in a tag team match, singles match, yes, but defending the titles, I don't recall that ever happened yet.
Who took the pin? Do you remember?
No, wait. Didn't they beat them for the tag team titles?
Yeah.
So, that match did happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they did. So it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah, because I was like, no, they didn't. Did they? No, they
No,
beat
no.
they beat Lucha Brothers.
Lucha Brothers
Lucha
beat
Brothers beat the Young Bucks at
and
All
they-
In.
Yeah, and then
Or All Out.
Then the Young Bucks, the Lucha Bros were like champions for a while, but they didn't defend it for some reason. They defended a couple times, I think, and then after that, they lost to Jurassic Express.
Yeah.
So the Mexicans were left out again.
So.
Damn.
Jurassic Express won the titles in January.
Yeah.
That was not a lot. It was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Damn. Why do I feel like they were champions for a while?
I don't know. It seems like that's how it is because it's like, oh wow, they really lost it. Well, they won, but they'll lose it like next paper show, whatever. Next.
Yeah, you would have. I maybe that's why. Cause
maybe St. Patrick's Day Slam or something. They might lose it. Who knows? After that, there was a Face of the Revolution ladder match. I don't know. Some of these matches are like, okay, let's just put a random ladder match in here. It's just like
I like it, but I'll tell read the results and I'll tell you what I have a problem with now.
yeah, I think I have this one too. Christian Cage versus Keith Lee versus Orange Cassidy versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Ricky Starks versus Warlord, and Warlow ended up taking the title. The ring, the Sonic ring or whatever that was. Hemorrhoid college.
But he's the number one contender for the TNT Championship, right?
Yeah.
So my issue is, I like that ladder match because it focused on a mid card title, right? Mm-hmm. So that's cool. Something that I feel like WWE should do. It's like you have all these titles and you don't do anything with it. You have all these tournaments like Money in the Bank. Not really a tournament, but a match like Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, and sometimes Elimination Chamber will be a number one contender to go on and face the world champion, right?
Yeah.
They don't do any of that for the mid card titles. Sometimes they'll have number one contenders, but it's like, why don't they have a tournament? Why not go back to the King of the Ring? Where it's like, okay, you're the King of the Ring champion. You could go on and face the mid-card title.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be... They don't do anything with it. It's just, they just use it as a gimmick.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it would be cool if they just like, okay, you're the new King of the Ring. You're going to go on and face the mid-card title.
Yeah.
And that will mean something. But they need to have more matches where it's like this person will go on and face the Intercontinental Champion. So... That's why I do like this ladder match, because it's like, okay, you're going to be the number one contender for the TNT title. My problem is, on Dynamite, was it Sammy defended the TNT title against Scorpion Sky.
Yeah.
The guy who won last year, right?
Yeah.
And then he lost. And then for some reason, he's the number one contender for a TNT title when you already crowned a number one contender.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And then Scorpion Sky wins the title.
Yeah.
And now it's like Sammy deserves a rematch because he lost the belt, because he's he should deserve a rematch. And then Warlord, like if it's gonna be like a triple threat match, and then him, Scorpion Sky faces Warlord, it's just a mess. So it's like, why did he win the title last year? But for some reason, he has no reason. He was
undefeated, I think.
Who?
Scorpio Sky for a year, but all of a sudden, it's weird. Like okay, this will lead them into a feud with Warlord versus Sammy Guevara, and then that drags off for a couple months, and then they face each other at the next whatever.
But what was the purpose of having a number one contender match if Scorpion Sky
was already number one contender?
He just gets a title shot.
Yeah, some title shots I don't get, man.
It's like
here. Are you working today? Okay, come on, let's go. Go out.
It's like WWE booking a Royal Rumble match, saying, okay, Sheamus is the Royal Rumble winner, but we're gonna have this person main event WrestleMania. They've done that shit before,
Yeah.
But but the thing is, it's just like, why? I don't get it. But the only thing I could think of is because Scorpio Sky is he's a heel. And Warlord is, a babyface, so that's where, maybe Scorpio Sky's going to drop the belt to, Warlord, who's a face now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I could think of, but it's just like, I hate that. And I hated when WWE did that, where it's like, hey, you're the winner of this match.
but
you should
hold off.
Yeah, this guy's
do
gonna
it.
main event the show
Like,
though.
what? That's the point of me. Point of me winning is to go to
the main event
at
WrestleMania, not to be the opening match, and it's just like
yeah,
it's annoying, but whatever.
Well, I did feel with this match, like with Christian Cage, they put him in a. I mean, I love him, but like he didn't wrestle since what, September. All of a sudden, like, hey, by the way, you're in a match now,
and he has a shirt
in a ladder match, ladder match, and then there's 3 heavyweights in this match too.
Big Hobbs.
Yeah, like those guys are not.
No, his name is not Big Hobbs. What is it? Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs, Keith Lee, and Warlord.
I really thought Keith Lee was gonna win.
But you know what though? With Keith Lee, they already he's already lost. Like
to who?
He lost this match, and he lost a match before that too. So he comes in hot. Obviously, when you're a new guy, you're supposed to come in and win. Like you're undefeated for a while, right? Even a couple.
Who did he lose to?
No, he lost this match, but like, why was he in this match? He should have been in
Sure,
another
okay,
match.
But it's not like they broke his streak. Yeah, he didn't win, but he didn't really lose.
I don't know, but if he loses one more match, he's pretty much at a title contender shot. But no, well, knowing how it works,
who was that guy who got a title shot with Adam Page?
Dante Martin.
Great wrestler and all that, but it was just like,
why? Yeah.
It was a good match. Don't get me wrong. He's a great wrestler, but it's just like, I just don't get it with the whole like,
just show up. Whoever shows up that day gets a title shot.
It's just like like I said, I have nothing against the kid. I don't even know him, but he is a great worker.
Yeah.
But my thing is, it's the whole AEW fans versus the WWE fans.
Yeah.
If WWE did something like that, people would be like, why would he get a title shot?
Yeah.
If Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns defended the title against like R-Truth, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this guy's a joke," blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then some guy who where it's like, what?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
I just think Keith Lee should have lost. He should have been involved like in a match like this so soon.
Right.
He should have been in a singles match. He could have been one facing QT Marshall, or he could have been facing not in a title match. Just like face like. The guy, some other guy, but why be in a losing situation, especially in a ladder match when like ladder matches are.
He's not even known in a ladder, like being in ladder matches.
Those 3 big guys should not have been in that ladder match.
Like,
it's fun, like, oh, this guy's huge. He could do a backflip or a power bomb. He could like fly.
Right.
But at the same time, you're like, this guy is like 300 pounds in a ladder match. Like, yeah, he could like Bobby jump and flip and stuff. But at the same time, you want those guys. Those guys are meant to be like.
But they want to do X Division stuff.
Yeah, but
like Michael Elgin, like that's where he's a powerhouse guy, but he does like flips and stuff like that. He tries to wrestle in like in a cruiserweight.
But it doesn't work for everybody though. Some guys you can tell you're like, yeah, don't do flips.
But that's part of Keith Lee's gimmick.
Well, Keith Lee, yeah, but everybody, the other 2 guys are like, and then Orange Cassidy got injured.
Did he?
Yeah.
He was just there to be funny.
Yeah,
that sucks.
And he got title shots before too, which is crazy. He's the one that got like 2 title shots before.
And he main evented. Well, he didn't close the show, but he was in the main event at Double or Nothing last year with Kenny Omega.
That's crazy, right?
And Pac. So it was supposed to be a singles match, but then Cassidy got hurt, so Pac was added to the match just to be in the safe side.
Yeah. All right. Well, the match after that was Tay Conti versus Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship.
Can I, before we start, where is Dynamite on TBS?
Yes.
And then Rampage is on
TNT.
TNT.
So Rampage is on the main network.
So why was the TNT title defended on Dynamite?
I don't know.
And why is the TBS being defended on TNT?
I don't know. That title should be exclusive to. They should just do that, exclusive to one network. But
I assume that's what it was. But okay.
I assume the TBS title is a women's championship, a secondary, and then the TNT is a men's championship. They should just rename the titles, to be honest.
Yeah,
the television title, or call it. Like,
I mean, if it could be defended anywhere, that's fine. But I just assume, like, nobody said that though. I just assume it's like, hey, it's just gonna be in the network. They're both from the same network, anyways.
Well, who knows? Because they just got bought. They merged with somebody.
Oh yeah.
So they might be like the Warner Championship, or they might be like the Discovery Championship, or something. Discovery
Wait,
Plus
so
title.
Discovery? I heard about that, but so what? Discovery bought who out?
They I think.
Who's Dave Merck?
No. Warner Media, HBO, pretty much they owns HBO and all that. They bought. I think they bought Discovery, or Discovery bought them, but it's all gonna be in one soon.
So that's why AEW may be on HBO then.
No, yours are gonna be on HBO, but now it might be on Discovery Plus, or they might just get rid of Discovery Plus and just like make this HBO Max Plus or something or whatever. I don't know. They just got it's two streaming services, so they got to merge into one. They can't make two. They could, but I don't know. They might even be on there because they need more content. And they got the Ring of Honor library, but at the same time, you don't have all the content. You need more content.
That's if they even want it.
Well, I think I don't know. As one of the other some of the head people don't like wrestling. Like they don't want wrestling on their network.
Yeah, they're the ones.
I think
if they're still there, they're the ones that canceled WCW.
Yeah, so pretty much no, because I think they said like when before WCW closed, there was a merger,
Right.
Time Warner and AOL or something,
Yeah.
and now it's Warner Media and Discovery are gonna merge. So it's kind of like history repeating itself. But who knows? They might be like, yeah, we'll keep you guys around for another year or so. But or Discovery might be like anti wrestling. Like, you know what? We don't want that on our. They might have to go to like, well, Fox is already WWE, Peacock is WWE, or an NBC Universe, Comcast.
There's a lot going on.
So they have to probably go on YouTube for a while, and then who knows? They might just keep them.
That's if like they decide they want.
They decide, you know what? It's not worth it. We don't want
Right.
wrestling on our program.
But there's most likely they'll keep them because
for a little bit.
Yeah, AEW
Like, they'll probably
doing
give them a
pretty well.
deadline. Like, you got to hit more than 2 million people by the end of 2022. If not, we'll cancel your contract.
Right.
They'll give them a deadline. How are you guys not like?
For their TV service, they still have till 2024, right?
Maybe. But with mergers, things could happen where like they could be like,
buy
we're
out.
voiding it.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what? We don't honor this. We're a new company now. We're not honoring this contract. Like your contract. You never know.
Right.
It's just speculation now. Like they might be like, sure, go ahead. But that match, I mean, it started with a kiss.
Yes, it did.
so I was like, okay.
Everybody hit pre-ready that day.
Yeah, especially
everybody paused it.
Especially that fan base, but
woo-wee. But yeah, Jada. I love Jada. She's. Oh, what did I say?
Jada.
Oh, Jade.
She came out with that like Mortal Kombat.
Oh my gosh, she's so fine. She's very muscular, but there's some people where it's like too much.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
but for her, it's like just right, right.
But you think Tay Conti should have had a title match though? I thought.
To be honest, I didn't even know why she had a title match.
Where's Serena? What's her name? Where's Serena Deb? Where's Ruby? Like, where are these ladies?
I was
like,
Jade, right?
Jade Cargill, yeah.
I was happy to see it because I wasn't complaining. I was like, okay, cool. But at the same time, I'm like, I do not understand the whole meaning of the TBS title. If it's gonna be on the pay-per-view, not saying they shouldn't, but that kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
But hey, I didn't.
So you're thinking like the TBS title and TNT title should not be on pay-per-views?
Not that I'm saying that. It's just
like, why?
It's more like it's just why call it that then? If it's not gonna be just on there.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that it should or shouldn't. It's just like nobody really explained the title to me. Yeah. Because it's what's going on with the 24/7 title? It's like it became, it's not. I'm not saying like if our true champion, it doesn't mean that somebody could challenge him. Like, hey, I want to challenge you for the 24/7 title next week. Blah blah blah. It doesn't have to constantly be like every day, every minute trying to take the title away from him. Yeah. But at least they explained it what the 24 title means. The TBS title. To me, maybe I missed it. They just never explained it. Yeah. So it's like, but.
So what happens if they go to streaming? Are they going to be called like the HBO Max title? The Discovery Plus title? Like, how far can they, how many titles do you need? Like, apparently, this is only on HBO Max.
They're going to add, nothing's for sure. Obviously, it's just rumors. But they said they're going to add the AEW tag team titles and another mid-card title.
Another tag team title?
For the women's, and then they're gonna add another mid card title.
Dude, they're just pulling.
This is just rumors,
just
though.
pulling WWE stuff now.
So.
Just like let's get more because you have so much people on their roster. Like, what are we gonna do with half these rosters? So the tag team title's gonna be who? Anna Jay and Tay Conti, and then
I don't know.
It's gonna be Ruby and Serena and Dave. I don't know anymore.
But all right, let's go on with the next match. Yeah. This match I heard it was really good. Actually,
are we talking about the same match?
No. CM Punk versus MJF in a dark collar match. Yeah. I heard a lot of mixed reviews on this match.
Too long?
No. So the entrance of MJF was cool. But the best one was CM Punk, where he came out to his old Ring of Honor theme song, and he came out with his old Ring of Honor gimmick.
Yeah. That
was a pretty cool moment. But then I heard the match, it was good storytelling, but I heard a lot of mixed reviews. I heard a lot of it was okay, and then I heard a lot, oh my gosh, this is the best match in history. So it's just like...
Every match is the best match in history.
Yeah, when it comes to CM Punk. So it's like, okay, clearly you're a CM Punk fan. I am too, but I was more of like the straight edge, what's it called? What was that group that he had?
Straight Edge Society.
Yeah, that one. I was more of that CM Punk fan.
Yeah.
I was a fan of CM Punk and Ring of Honor, but nothing too much.
Yeah.
I was more of a Samoan Joe kind of fan at that time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was. I heard mixed reviews about it. But
okay. Yeah. But CM Punk took that win though. Does he need to? I wish
the ending was
cool. He doesn't
cool.
need to win it though, does he? He should like give it to MJF.
The end of the rivalry. I mean, apparently, MJF beat CM Punk twice already, so he just needed that one win.
But then you need a fourth match because it's 2-2, no?
No, it's 2-1.
2-1. Okay. It should have been 1-1 and then 2. Then
yeah.
It should have been 1-1. Then like, okay, this match is the third match.
Yeah.
So this match should have been like. You know what I mean? Like, now it's like, okay, he won twice. Why would he have to face each other anymore? I beat you twice. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna go
it's fine. If it was another wrestling match, I feel like there's no meaning to it. But since it was like, okay, there's a dog collar match. Yeah. This is like a match that CM Punk had with Raven many years ago. Yeah. So it was a cool moment. But I don't know. I definitely got to check it out. Yeah. See it for myself. Because I heard a lot of mixed reviews. Yeah. But what's the next match?
Brit Baker versus Thunderosa for the AEW.
Bro, haven't they faced each other like 20 times already?
I don't know.
I feel like they face each other in every freaking pay-per-view.
Well, they faced each other last St. Patrick's Day and then a couple pay-per-views.
But was that for the title or was that for a singles match?
It was for the title. Britt Baker's been champion for a while.
I couldn't remember. She's been
the 3 incarnations of the championship. 3 different. They updated it 3 times in like less than 3 years.
What do you mean?
They updated the title. Now it's
yeah, it looks like the GIF of gods from Lucha Underground.
But the third time.
This is the third time they changed it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah, yes. This is the third incarnation.
This is the second time.
Third.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. So
I don't remember.
I don't know why
they
keep changing the title. It was like, it looked similar to the first one, but it had like a different, like a little bit of a different shape. And then the second one was more like that little baby one, like that little diamond shaped one. And then this one's like the block one, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. They face each other a lot already. At some point, like when's Thunder Rosa gonna get a title?
I know. I always see her getting a title shot, but not once have she won the title.
It's like what's that one feud in WWE that happens like it happens like every. It's like Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. They face each other like 4. This is like the 4th time they're facing each other. At WrestleMania, they faced each other like 5 or 6 times already.
But they faced each other everywhere.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though. Like, but this is like when, because I heard, and Britt Baker. I mean, she's good, but like you gotta, like you said, they might introduce like more women titles, but at the same time, like you're not defending against anyone else at this point. Jay Cargo's pretty much like your women's champion. She's the only one defending it against other women.
Yeah, I really thought Thunder Rosa was going to take the W for this one, to be honest.
Well, I heard that she might win it at the next show. Whatever the next show is. What's the next show?
Double or Nothing.
No. St. Patrick's Day Slam. It's in San Antonio.
Oh, but that's like a special event
for Dynamite. Thunder Rosa's from San Antonio. So they said they wanted to hold off on her winning the belt win it at home, but win it at a hometown crowd.
She could have still defended the title at her hometown crowd. I feel like that would have been a better moment.
And Revolution's like a major pay-per-view. That's one of their 4 because they only have 4 major pay-per-views, and they have like wrestling. They have weekly pay-per-views.
This was like a 5-hour event. I feel like that would have been the best moment for her to win.
Yeah, but I'm thinking she's gonna win it at St. Patrick's Day Slam, whenever that is, next week. Yeah, next week. So I could see her winning. That'd be great. And then obviously I would want to see like, other women defend, or mostly even have to face Jade Cargill.
I just want to see Kiera Hogan and Red Velvet.
Well, Kiera Hogan, they don't use her. I haven't seen
only
her.
For Dark.
Yeah, but come on, Dark, come on.
Red Velvet and Kiera Hogan should go back to Impact Wrestling. Shake their booties back. Shake that booty.
She should join Tasha Steelz and back like, here, come back to me.
Ooh wee. To join forces. Ooh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you go for the tag team title.
Yeah, that way Tasha Steelz could be two-time champ
or champ.
champ.
All right, hopefully let's see what happens, because Brit Baker's been champion for a long time, for a while.
Yeah.
And you think she's a good wrestler?
Yeah, I like her gimmick. I like her work, and she's hot.
Yeah.
So.
Then after that, it was Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley in a regular match. It was not even like
a regular match.
It was no stipulation.
Yeah, technical match. For them to join, Jon Moxley said, he doesn't join people unless he bleeds with them first. So it was a really good match. I heard this one was match of the night, way better than the CM Punk match.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own opinion. But I gotta check out.
Everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we had a debut of William Regal.
William Regal came out and smacked both of them on the face and be like, "Hey, shake hands."
Wow.
And kiss each other. No. But no, it's pretty cool. William Regal managing Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. They're gonna be a tag team. My only thing is, are they gonna be a tag team or are they gonna start a group? I just hope they just stick with the tag team, because there's too many freaking groups in there.
Yeah, at this point, they're just like, anybody, like, you're free? Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
You come join.
So they better off just going ahead and be a tag team, and that's it. Keep it as that.
Okay.
Beat up everybody, and then go on after the tag team titles, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And
But I think Jurassic Express has to lose to, like, Redragon. That'll be a better match. Redragon versus Bryan Moxley and Jon Moxley.
Brian Moxley.
Bryan and Moxley.
That's a good tag team,
yeah,
then.
Bryan and Moxley.
Bryan
and Moxley, yeah.
But all right, what else happened?
After that, we had a Tornado Trios match. So they're trying to do more of a Mexican style match. They had Darby Allin and Sting and Sammy Guevara versus Andrade and Odilo, Isaiah Cassidy and Matt Hardy.
Yeah, I heard this was a good match for obviously not for whatever just took place in that match, but what I heard match of the night was Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. But yeah, what else happened? And then the main event, right?
Main event was Adam Page versus Adam Cole.
So I heard mixed things about this match, saying it was good, but towards the end it was just a lot of super kicks.
Yeah,
so,
I can see that. They're both in the Bullet Club too.
Yeah,
I noticed that.
And I will say I'm glad that Adam Page retained the title. I think Adam Cole is too soon. It's too soon for him to be champion.
Because he got, how did he get there? He was like, with like Adam Cole. I mean, he was like with Young Bucks, and then he had a match with Eva Uno, and then he's like, hey, but now I'm number one contender. I'm like, what? How did that happen? You're like in a like a tag team feud. Now you're like in a.
I don't know.
You had one match or two matches, and like, hey, by the way, now you're in a title match.
The only one, I shouldn't say the only one, the only two I know that had a story is CM Punk, MJF, and Jon Moxley and Daniel Bryanson. Those are the only two I know that had a story leading into
Chris
this
Jericho
period.
in Kingston.
Oh yeah, and Chris Jericho and Kingston.
But see, also all the veterans, like all the older guys.
WWE guys.
Yeah.
So,
we're not gonna say that, but like Chris Jericho.
I said it.
CM Punk.
Impact rules. Anyways, all right. Well, what do you want to see? Okay, obviously William Regal is going to join forces with Moxley and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
Is that something you wanted to see, or do you want to see him take like a MG role like he did in NXT?
GM role.
Okay.
It's fine if you're a manager for a while, but then you'll what's you're gonna be managing them? Are you gonna wrestle? Because he's listed as an active wrestler on the roster.
William Regal wants to wrestle in AEW. He said he wants to have one more match. So.
Did he want to do it in WWE, or WWE didn't let him? Because he was general manager, he couldn't
No,
wrestle.
I think no, because he wrestled. What's his name? Cesaro. I think Cesaro was his last appointment, right?
Yeah.
In NXT. So and then after that, he was just focusing on GM, and then he was doing the training in the NXT school too.
Yeah.
So I really don't know, but the fact that he's in AEW, it's like he could wrestle how he used to wrestle.
He's too old for that, though.
No,
he's older.
I mean, he used to do technical wrestling. You don't need to be. There's no certain age for that.
There's no flips. Don't do flips though.
So,
it's kind of required. To
and
be
for
an
the
AEW
age
flip.
that he had when he was wrestling, what's his name? Cesaro. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like to see him. Let's see what they do with him, though. Hopefully he's on TV, or they just put him backstage and make him work.
William Ringo is 53 years old.
Wow.
PCO is 52.
Wow.
54. And we saw what he did live.
Yeah.
But
he was actively wrestling PCO. He hasn't wrestled in 2000.
I mean, it's technical wrestling.
Yeah, but still.
I haven't wrestled in a long time, and I still know how to put on a proper headlock and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So.
Just but it'll be a slow match. It won't be like
no.
I'm not gonna be like, let's do flips.
No. Somebody give me a bump. I don't care if it's a clothesline. I'll be like, take it home, brother. Take it home, brother. Matter of fact, just cover me.
Yeah. And then we also had a debut of Swerve Strickland. Do you follow him in NXT? I followed him, but then after that, I'm like, okay.
He's the guy who beat Johnny Gargano for the NXT title, right? The North American title.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, I ain't gonna say nothing about him, man.
No, he's like,
when I see him, I think about Chris Bay.
Yeah.
And Chris Bay is way better.
Yeah. Okay.
So, in the ring and in looks.
Yeah. And then we had Jeff Hardy debut in Dynamite.
It's morphin' time.
Let's just hope he doesn't.
Man, we got straight into it, huh? Matt Hardy. He wanted to apologize how he treated his family. To be honest, I'm glad that whole thing is over because it was just very dumb.
Matt Hardy was a family party office.
Family office, something like the Hardy family office. It was just very dumb.
It's like that, like we said, like they just put a team together. Like they put these guys together.
Private party, cool, and then he had the Butch. We talked about this in the past many episodes ago. Yeah. Matt Hardy, the icon Matt Hardy, managing Private Party, yes. Broken Matt Hardy managing the Butcher and the Blade, yes. So he should have switched off.
Yeah.
Matt Hardy managing both? No, it doesn't make sense.
They're both tag teams. Like, what if
right.
there's a title match?
Exactly.
Like, okay, I'll be in the middle.
And then Butcher of the Blade, to me, it was, if it's like, okay, if you're going against, for example, the Young Bucks, put the Private Party against them. Yeah. Now, if they're going against somebody like, they're a tag team now, but John Moxley and Bryan Danielson, I would put Butcher and the Blade against them. Yeah. Don't just. But in the end of the day, it's not Matt Hardy doing it. It's Tony Khan. Where it's like, okay, you guys are going to team up and face these guys. And when Butcher and the Blade, they're just there. Yeah. And then the Bunny's just there.
Yeah, so, I haven't seen her really.
They should put her more, man. She's fine as hell, man. I loved her in Impact. See, everybody I love is in Impact, and then they want to leave, and then they're miserable. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, they get paid, but at the same time, you're not used for like a couple months.
Miro signed a 4-year deal. But anyways, let's go back to Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, I wasn't
dancing.
He was like, it's morphin' time to go save his brother Matt Hardy. He was getting beat up, and he needed to dance his way. To be honest, I was not excited at all. I
no,
wasn't.
really?
No, because
'Cause
I wanted him in Impact,
Wow.
and
Well,
I understand.
I was kind of like, cause I was kind of worried, cause okay, like, what you think Derby did in bogus, or they were actually genuinely concerned for him when he was, cause it,
Both.
yeah,
Because they said that what's it called? They said they asked him to go to a rehab
they
for
offered it. They're like, hey, can you do rehab?
for 28 days, and he said no because nothing was wrong with me, and he's like, I don't care if you guys believe me or not. My family does. That's all I care.
Yeah.
So, and I think they released him after that.
They did, but cause they know his history.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you saw Victory Road. They don't want that kind of incident. That's the thing. Like,
But yeah, that was a long time ago.
I know, but but I don't know. It seems kind of like
That was because he was smoking that good stuff, man.
I'm thinking like, does AEW have a wellness policy? I think they don't care.
Oh, that's a good question.
Some people say Khan's on the I'm not gonna say because we might get slander, but he's got a sniffy, But hey, it's just speculation.
Shoot, I'm on
But
that right now.
Like, I want to know if there's a wellness policy. Like, do they guys that fail drug tests or allegedly fail drug tests, like they could just show up there and like do I don't know. Because
really
the
don't
reason
know.
why the reason why WWE had that policy is because they had deaths. People have died
Right.
in their hands. Obviously, it's a different situation because AEW did, but it was like more health. But this is like, what if a wrestler took a little too much? Like, are they gonna wait until something happens, or did they actually have a wellness policy? Because they didn't have a concussion policy until that one guy. You remember that one footage where that guy, Alex Reynolds or something, he was out in the middle of the ring. They didn't even they waited until the match was over. They didn't even keep him out of the ring.
Oh
I'm concerned about that.
Like
he got
years,
hit and he was
yeah.
out. He was out like this, and then
Yeah.
after that they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we should have a concussion policy. Like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't.
The ref didn't even check up on him.
No, you gotta touch their hand.
Yeah.
You gotta tap
The
their
ref
shoulder.
was just like, oh, it's just a regular spot.
But you're and then they're they have to drag them out. That's what I'm kind of concerned about. Like, anybody that has issues in the past, obviously it's in the past, but my concern is they have issues in the past. So a company that doesn't enforce, they might not enforce it. They might enforce it, but at the same time, you're is that a reason why people go there? Because they could just. Because, they say, there's some stories where people say, you could do whatever you want backstage. They don't care. As long as you're, good in the ring.
Yeah, just it's WCW.
Yeah, oh, you're good? Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, you had 3 beers, but it's fine.
Right.
But we don't know if I'm not saying
But John Moxley was drinking a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and then he took himself to rehab.
Yeah, so
But that was himself.
But that was
He
not,
did it-
they don't
yeah.
have a wellness policy.
Yeah, they didn't force him in anything. That was his decision.
That's what my concern is. I mean, I don't think Jeff Hardy. I'm WWE wouldn't do that to someone unless they really, really okay, this guy must be on something.
Right.
Because they don't want things like the past. They don't want somebody dying on their contract or in their hands.
I think they just did what they did because it was a policy thing. So
Yeah.
it was just okay, you don't want to do it, then okay, well, we got to
Yeah,
release
you got to
you.
follow your rules.
Yeah.
That's my concern is I just want to make sure do they have a policy for that stuff?
They
Even
probably
drinking.
don't.
Because, with John Moxley, even WWE offered him a rehab. How is a company you ever worked for 3 years hey, we'll pay your rehab?
Was that true? I heard that, but I wasn't sure if it was true.
I don't know sometimes.
So it could be. Who knows? WWE. Who was it? Not Mike Tyson.
Tyrus?
No, he was the bodyguard for Christian Cage.
Oh, Tyson Tomko.
There you
He was
go.
an Impact. You don't know that?
Tyson Tomko. I forgot his name.
Tomko. He had the beard with the tattoos.
Yeah, he has the same beard as me.
Yeah.
He went to rehab, and WWE found out. I don't know if he went up to WWE, but WWE reached out and paid for him to go to rehab.
You know why though? It's crazy.
Why?
Oh, because WWE does it because they they wanna have the welfare of the wrestler. But the thing is even if a guy or a girl hasn't wrestled for the WWE in 10 years, they're considered WWE wrestlers. So anything happens to them, it's oh yeah, WWE wrestler.
Right.
What?
Yeah, because when they end up on the news, it says former WWE superstar.
They don't say Impact wrestler. They don't say WCW wrestler.
Right.
They don't say Ring of Honor. They say WWE. So it's WWE is okay, we generally care for these people, but at the same time, if they wrestle for us even for one match or two, let's say for a month, and they end up doing some like random crime, they're a former WWE wrestler. Doesn't matter if they wrestled 10 years at Impact after WWE for a month.
Right.
They're considered a former WWE. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
Yeah,
like...
so when they end up on the news, it's always former WWE.
They don't say any other company.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like anybody that's in WWE or wasn't WWE in this company will be like former WWE wrestler. Well, we're not current AEW wrestler. You know, they say former WWE wrestler. Even with John Moxley, right? I noticed that.
John Moxley, what?
They say put former WWE wrestler, but they also put like current AEW wrestler. And
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I don't know. There's gotta be every company. It's just like, and then WWE is the one gets sued like 10 years later. I'm like, how am I? We wrestled for us for 1 month. You wrestled for this company for 10 years, just suing us and not them. You know? No, I've seen that before, where like a guy or girl hasn't wrestled for WWE in a decade, and they blame their concussions or anything on WWE alone. I'm like, how is that even a thing? You know? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they have the right to do that, but like at the same time, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, how you never wrestled for us in 10 years? You went in the Indies for 10 years after you left us, but yet when you have you're in part of the concussion lawsuit or something, or drug loss, you know,
They blame WWE for it because they said that's when it started.
Yeah, so
But it's like, obviously, I'm not saying it's not right,
it's not
but
right, yeah.
who's the one with the money? Who's the one who's gonna be like, you know what? Let's just pay for whatever instead of going to court.
So I want to see if AEW has a policy like that, because eventually, nobody's perfect. We're all human.
Right.
You know, they might fall into their addictions or not. You know,
Well, hopefully they don't. But...
Hopefully they don't. But it's, you know, wrestling is a pain in the ass. You know, you get injured once. You get, you know,
and you
break your neck. You break your neck or you injure your shoulder. You take, you know, something to help you relieve the pain, and eventually it becomes, for some people, it becomes like too much. You know, they're like, okay, you know.
Yeah. Well, speaking about broken necks,
Oh yeah,
Big E broke his neck. That's a bad segue.
I know, but I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
but that sucks for him because
he took a very nasty suplex Friday night, and wherever the other guy's name. What was that guy's name?
Rich Holland.
I personally think it was bad timing. I feel like he didn't pick up Big E high enough for him to go over.
Or sandbagged him?
And
Did he sandbag him, you think? Like he didn't like put like
he didn't no, yeah, I think it was just like maybe Big E's too heavy for him, and he was just like, okay,
let's do this.
Let's just do it anyways.
Yeah.
And cuz like I said, he didn't pick him high enough, and then Big E flipped last minute when I feel like it was like, you know damn well you didn't jump high enough, or he didn't pick you up high enough. You should have just went forward. He probably would have still hit his face, but I'm pretty sure. But because, you know, he flipped, landed face first, and then all that weight, you know, going down face first, it probably how he broke his neck. And apparently, they rushed, not apparently, but they did rush him. They stretched him out and sent him to the hospital, and where he got x-rays and stuff like that. And apparently he fractured his C1 and his C6, but there is no nerve damage.
Thank God.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because even when I got my herniated disc, I got nerve damage.
Damn.
So, yeah, hopefully he has a speedy recovery, and he's going to be out for a year.
Yeah, he's missing that WrestleMania money, too.
I'm pretty sure they're still going to pay him.
Right before WrestleMania, though. Dang.
So that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, so wish him the best.
He's probably still going to get something.
He'll probably be on TV, but he won't wrestle. But yeah, wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah. He's going to be out for a year.
Rich Holland's got to go back to NXT then.
Why would you do a spot like that on a big guy outside the ring? Yeah. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, they probably you know how they probably called it.
Yeah. But then Big E should have been like, nope,
no,
I'm not taking that. He should have reversed, hit
I wouldn't even, I know it's WrestleMania season, but if I was a wrestler, I wouldn't take major bumps until until WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing no spots outside. I'll take a power bomb on the ring, but I'm not taking nothing
outside
Yeah,
unless it's
I'm-
through an announce table.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff
I'll
like
like protect it, but like anything
Yeah.
unprotected like that, like he just went because he went like
He
his
went-
head ducked.
Yeah.
He's like
He was like, boom,
well,
face first.
Like if you see
man.
the video, obviously we can't see it because we're on audio. But if you see the video, you can see his neck like he could like snap.
Right.
If he somehow like flipped himself, he probably would have saved himself. But
But that's why I'm
he's
saying
so heavy.
he was so he's so,
He's so
big.
heavy, like he has to like literally
And it was last
throw his
minute.
legs.
Yeah, it was
He would
last
have to,
minute.
he would have to like literally like throw himself like feet first, and then he would have landed like on his back. But since he's so big, all the weight came down like his neck on his neck. So that's
Yeah, it was
that's what
very difficult to watch.
Speaking
but-
of NXT, which I mentioned,
You did one? Oh yeah.
Dolph Ziggler.
Is the new NXT champion. Let's talk something positive. But anyways, Big E, speedy recovery.
Yeah,
But
I'm surprised Dolph Ziggler won, but not surprised.
he deserves the title, which is pretty weird to say.
No, I the thing is, you want, because I think the thing is like a couple people in the main event are pretty much gonna debut in the main roster. Ciampa's already been on Raw like a couple times already.
Right.
Braun Breaker was already listed as a main roster, so they probably put him on the main roster probably next week.
He's already showed up for main roster, and he did a couple dark shows too.
But I heard he lost his belt because he's gonna be on the main roster.
Yeah, I think
So-
after because he's gonna get a rematch, and then I think after that's where he's gonna be in the main roster. So possibly after WrestleMania.
So I think that's what NXT needs. They need like once in a while veterans to come in. Like
they should have done that when
AJ.
with a few years back, man, when Triple H was taking over.
Yeah, they could have like brought in like Dolph Ziggler then and like, okay, I'll help you guys because you're new. Because a lot of the guys in WWE now are like the NXT guys are like besides like a few guys
Right.
are like new guys. They wrestled in indies and stuff, but like they're not
they're all new.
they're
I
not
don't
wrestling
understand
for 20
why
years.
I don't understand why Ali's not in NXT.
Yeah, but
like-
he won't wrestle. I don't think he's gonna wrestle at all.
No.
He's gonna be like, I'm sitting out for 2 years or whatever, what his contract is, or until they release me, whatever. It's fine.
Right.
But now he'd be good for NXT. Actually,
Yeah, he would.
You want some guys that like you know what? You're not being used on SmackDown or Raw correctly. Go to NXT for a little bit. You know,
Right.
you have to be a champion. You could be Carmelo's like, you know, you could face Carmelo. Or if you're a woman, you could be facing Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose, she's one of those. She was on the
Yeah.
main roster. Now she's like one of the top. She's a woman's
They're
champion.
they're going down there and being used and stuff like
So
that.
like you should get like now Ricochet finally they start using him correctly. Thank God.
He's
But-
an IC champion.
And then Finn Balor too. They finally start using him correctly a little
Right.
bit. Let's see how long it. But
But the point is, it's like sometimes it's like, okay, they're not gonna be using you, but there's gonna be time. But when they do give you the opportunity, take it and try to hit home runs every time you're out there.
Yeah.
There's people where it's like, oh yes, I got my opportunity, but they're just there, and they're like, and then they go and blame the coach and like, oh, you know, they're not using me properly. No, it's like we give you an opportunity, and then you're just there.
yeah, so they gotta. I don't know who else from the main roster needs to go back to NXT, but
I would
I can see a
say-
few people.
I
can
would
see
say
I can see Dominic Mysterio going to NXT.
if Rey Mysterio.
He went to the main roster directly. He
Yeah, well, if Rey well, you know what? Yes, if Rey Mysterio goes with him, they could face Escobar.
should've- Ooh, Fantasma.
Yeah, so face them.
Be the LWO.
You know, Dominic could go face the X Division champion. Hey, Rey Mysterio actually
X
wanted
Division.
to do.
There's no cruiserweight champion.
Oh my
bro.
gosh! Well, then North American
Yeah.
title,
Ooh, that'd be good.
and
Carmelo.
then what's his name? No, Dominic.
Dominic
Go
versus Carmelo.
oh yeah, I see.
Carmelo's a champion, yeah.
And then what's his name? Rey Mysterio go after the NXT title
Or go for UK. I could see the UK
for Rey Mysterio.
versus Elijah Dragunov, dude.
I mean, sure, but
It'd be different styles, like the hard hitting style.
if it was
versus,
like a
the-
one-time thing, sure. Or you know, he could go to NXT.
Well, Roderick Strong's gonna be on NXT UK. He's gonna face Wolfgang, so he might be. So it's like they should do more like.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should.
Well, they're doing that now because the pandemic is over.
Yeah,
So
but you know what I mean though, like this, and then a kid from NXT UK is gonna be on NXT.
a kid.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. That'd be great. Like some guys on the main roster. Who else is on the main roster? You think they're not using at all? Well, some guys left already, but yeah.
I don't know. Nobody that I really care, to be honest.
I wish I could see Tozawa on NXT again. He should go back there. Like a lot of Drew Gulak should go back to NXT,
Right.
Or NXT UK even.
Drew,
That's more a style. UK's more like hard hitting style. There's not really, just cruiserweight, but it's not like they're super. No, they're not like. Super
yeah, I don't see nobody like that for current. Maybe Cesaro,
But where's he? Oh yeah.
But he's released.
No, he didn't resign.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
There's a between like there's between like, a difference between getting fired and choosing not to come back.
Yeah, his contract was but his contract expired already.
It expired, but they would be trying to sign him.
After
they gave him a deal. No, they were talking while.
Oh wow!
But then it just fell through. So I'm like, they could always be like, you know what? What do you want? We'll give it to you. They're probably still working on him now.
True.
Or he might show up.
I mean,
on Dynamite next week.
He did, and then they said they couldn't come with an agreement.
I know. But
so that's why he didn't sign.
But where do you think he's gonna go? He's gonna be on Dynamite next week. He's gonna be for 2 matches and then be in the.
Everybody's saying don't go over there because even Eric Bischoff even said don't go over there because
at some point it's like
it's like saturated. You're gonna be there the first 3 weeks. You're gonna be the main star, and then after that you're just gonna get lost on the shuffle. I would love to see him in Impact Wrestling.
Keith Lee kind of already.
Trey Miguel versus Cesaro. Oh my gosh!
What about Trey Miguel versus Josh Alexander? That's who I thought when we went to Sacrifice, because you guys know we went to Sacrifice. We have videos. We've been posting.
Some nasty videos.
I thought the guy when I first saw him, like, who's that bald guy? Because I'm like, I know how they look. But I'm like, when I first saw him, like, it's freaking Cesaro or Claudio Casanelli, whatever his name is, Claudio Casanelli. And
it's been a while saying that.
I looked at him. I'm like, oh, that's Josh Alexander. They were like Josh Alexander, but I'm like, ooh, that was Cesaro. That was
Cesaro
versus Moose.
Ooh wee.
Isn't this or whatever?
Don't
Claudio,
get me wet, boy.
Cesaro comes out and attacks Moose, and that's like heavyweights. And then whoever wins that match goes to face Josh Alexander. Dude, that would have been nasty.
Moose is champion first.
I know, yeah. But let's say like Cesaro's like, I'm coming for the belt.
Hey, but Cesaro should show up in Rebellion after that match. Whoever wins.
Because you're right. Because now everybody could be in the Ring of Honors. I don't know.
We don't even know what's going on. Oh, no. Ring of Honor is still going to continue. Tony Khan is going to be the booker for the show.
Oh, God. Well, we're going to get a bunch of tag team matches then?
I don't want to talk about that.
Because I'm like, if you're going to do it one way in one company, well, isn't Ring of Honor more storied than... It is more. It's 20 years.
Ring of Honor has
20 years.
Good stories and good wrestling matches. But,
it's 20 years of experience.
For what?
For Ring of Honor. It's been around for 20 years. AEW's been around for 3. So I think they should have probably just let it die. Unfortunately.
Nah.
So what are you gonna do with Dark and Dark Elevation?
Well, no, it's not really like the dude sold the company to Tony Khan. It was up to Tony Khan to be like, you do whatever you want. Tony Khan's like, oh, I'm gonna continue running it.
But what do you think? It's gonna be Dynamite, Rampage, Dark Elevation, and now Ring of Honor? 5 shows? Or are you gonna get rid of Dark and Elevation and make Ring of Honor your Dark and Elevation? That would make sense.
That's all him, man.
I would be like, keep Dynamite, keep Rampage, get rid of Dark and Dark Elevation, and make Ring of Honor your Dark and Elevation. Because they're really, we're gonna have 5 shows. You could have 3, really. You could have.
But they're all YouTube, and they're all Dynamite and Dark. I
don't think they're
located. They're located in the Impact Zone.
But they're not gonna give Ring of Honor a TV deal. They would have to keep it on YouTube.
Maybe he will.
I don't know.
So it's his money.
Well, if your main show is on the second program and not the main show of like TBS, TBS,
right?
And then who knows? What do you think? Whoever like the Time Warner thing, whatever, HBO and I just call them HBO and Discovery, they're gonna be like, yeah, sure, you can have a 3rd show. They're not gonna do that.
Here's the thing. if let's just say Ring of Honor, you could find Ring of Honor on HBO Max, right? I'm still not gonna watch it.
No,
because
I don't.
I used to watch Ring of Honor from I want to say,
not the last 5 years.
2005. Sure. Yeah, basically not.
10 years.
No, 3 years.
Okay.
I used to watch it every it was like Monday Night Raw to me, till 2014.
So like 8
and then after that, it was more of a I'll watch it here and there, or I just just watch it on YouTube, and I'll order the pay-per-views, or I'll order the DVDs once it comes out, because I used to order a lot of their DVDs. So but in the past 3 or 4 years, maybe 5 years, it was more like, oh, what's going on?
So is that gonna? So because for me it was the same thing. I was like, oh, I remember I went to the Ring of Honor New Japan show in Chicago like 3 years ago. But it was like not full.
the audience,
the venue was not full. So at that point, I'm
because they lost all their big stars.
Exactly. So 3 years ago.
So let's 3 years ago. Okay. So you're saying they should cancel Elevate, right? And Dark.
Yeah.
Who's gonna be in Ring of Honor? The AEW people.
So no, I would rebrand Dark and Elevation and just make it into Ring of Honor. So you just do you hear yourself?
Yeah. Do you watch Dark or Elevation?
No, but I won't watch Ring of Honor either.
So why are you saying he should put all these stars that are on that show to Ring of Honor?
Because that's considered developmental, but they have a development.
But who's in there? No, it's just he has all these. So it's not because they need experience. It's because he needs to pay them. They're all under contract.
Yeah, but I'm saying like anybody like. Let's see, like all those extra like 20 teams they have, whatever.
And then the big star that they signed, their big in Ring of Honor, their biggest star they signed is Jay Lethal. You think Jay Lethal is gonna be like, oh, I want to go back to Ring of Honor?
He's already in Dark.
Exactly.
So they just.
But he's getting paid more, possibly more money, to wrestle on YouTube, than he is to wrestle in on live television shows.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. But no, I'm just saying like when WWE bought WCW, they could have made Nitro a third like a brand. I'm saying like that kind of way. Like they could make Ring of Honor their third brand, but get rid of Dark and Elevation, but make Ring of Honor like their Dark and Elevation.
But then he will have to sign. But like
he doesn't have to sign everybody. It's not like those like Bennett and all those guys. They didn't come with the company. They already released them. They were already gone. So this way, Ring of Honor could have a fresh start as what it was. Yeah, or he could rename it too.
I don't think he's gonna do that in the beginning though. I think he's gonna try to run it as a business, and then eventually he's gonna be like, okay, you know what, this is gonna be like our version of NXT then. Yeah.
So then Dark and Elevation are like that now, because
they have a contract with Impact Zone to have shows there.
Yeah,
so until that contract runs out, that's what they'll probably be like, okay, what do we do from now?
Yeah, but you know what I mean though, like a lot of people they use on Dark and Elevation are guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen that are like local wrestlers. Like, hey, are you free today? Are you from freelance? Come over, let's do it. Right. Come on, Dark. Are you from Chicago Style? You're from whatever company, Florida Champ, whatever. Like, hey, are you free today? Okay, we'll give you this much money to wrestle on Dark today or Elevation. Or they'll like get Jay Lethal like, hey, you're not wrestling on Dynamite or Rampage. You want to wrestle
for like the past 3 months?
Exactly. They're like, oh, you know what? Let's just do this. Let's just save money, stay in the Impact Zone, rename, make Dark and Elevation one show, because they're bleeding money, because they're losing money for sure. I don't think
clearly he doesn't care.
Well, eventually the dad's gonna be like, you know what? You're losing money, bro, and we're losing money with the Jaguars, and we're losing money with Fulham.
You sound like their accountant or something, huh? Are you sure you don't work for them?
No, I mean if they want to hire me, let's go. I'll be like, hey, get rid of those 2 programs and bring Ring of Honor. Make Ring of Honor is like it is your developmental at this point, or let it die. Keep the way it is, and then make Ring of, just keep the library, and then when you get more content on those 4 shows.
Right.
That's when you could like, okay, HBO Max, whatever it is, HBO Max Plus or HBO Max Discovery Plus, whatever the full name is going to be now, or HBO/Discovery Plus or whatever,
I think it's just too much for Tony Khan. Yeah. I mean, it's up to him, but...
And you still got a football franchise to take care of. You still got a soccer team to take care of.
Does he even deal with that?
He runs them. He's like he runs the operations for both those teams.
But,
so it's kind of like...
Yeah, I think Ring of Honor should just... maybe for what I heard is that he was going to go based on Super Card of Honor or Super... whatever.
Super Card of Honor,
yeah. He was going to go based on that show, see how well it goes, and then he was going to make a decision to see if he was going to continue running it. But if he is going to continue running it, he's going to be the main booker for the show.
Which I don't know.
unless Cody Rhodes shows up.
That's what. Oh, speaking of Cody Rhodes, so we don't know right now if he's like in or out.
Yeah, that's what she
WWE,
said.
Yeah.
Not to me. But anyways, Cody Rhodes may show up to AEW to help out with Ring of Honor. And then the other deal is Cody Rhodes did sign a contract with WWE. It's just quiet behind closed doors, and he may face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So.
Yeah, like with the flaws that he has though, there's some things they do right though. They shut up about debuts. Like
they try.
They're not best. Like, hey, by the way, guys, we're gonna have a debut next week.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes
they ruined it. They ruined that with what's his name, Batista.
Yeah, because that's like but he was a debut. Or was that like him coming back?
Back.
But this is like, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes is coming back.
But no, I mean, they're not like, hey guys, by the way, next week we have a huge surprise for you. Make sure you watch Monday. They're just gonna be like, obviously they want people to be like, hey, they'll do something where like, he might come, but he might not.
Right.
We're not gonna be like, hey, like Jeff Hardy, like. I was excited, but it was too predictable. I'm like, is he gonna show up on Revolution or Dynamite or Rampage? I knew he was gonna be this week.
Right, and
when he came out, you're like, okay, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah,
cool.
There were so many debuts where, and plus, I didn't want Jeff Hardy there. I wanted him at Impact.
Yeah, I think they should. They do.
The only thing was cool.
Wrestling, right?
Yeah. It was cool that he came out to the old school Hardy Boys theme song, because everybody was like, wait, I thought that song was owned by WWE, which it's
not anymore.
No, it never was, wasn't it? I think they just had a contract.
No, it was owned by WWE, but WWE let the rights die out because it was an old Hardy Boys song.
Oh.
And then he bought the library. He bought that song and Crash Holly and Hardcore Holly song.
So Tony Khan?
Yeah. So if those two guys, well, Crash Holly passed away, but if Hardcore Holly decides to go to Dynamite, he could use the song.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But
maybe he could always like make a new song, like whatever, we don't care.
Jeez, this is a long episode.
Yeah,
we talked a lot.
I know, there's so much.
Technically, you talked a lot.
There's a lot of stuff, bro.
But anyways, Cody Rhodes possibly facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So we are leading to the road of WrestleMania. It's in a couple weeks. Exactly. Arlington Heights, Texas.
Roads to the roads.
But we'll save that for the next episode. We'll be talking about dream matches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But let's say Cody Rhodes does sign with WWE. Is Seth Rollins an opponent that you want to see him face?
Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah.
Okay. How would you want the storyline to be? Will you, like, for me, I'll have Seth Rollins in the ring complaining, like saying, I did all these, I was the future or the new face of Mr. WrestleMania, and now this year I'm not gonna have nobody to face. This is gonna be the first WrestleMania that I would not be on the card because I have nobody to face, blah blah blah.
Is he a heel?
Seth Rollins, yeah. And then I'll have Cody Rhodes, the lights turn off, and then all you hear is there's more than just one royal family. And then
is that owned by him, or is that owned by AEW?
Yeah, no.
AEW doesn't own music, do they?
No.
They do some music.
That's Cody Rhodes bought that music.
Ooh,
yeah. So here shows up Cody Rhodes.
Or was that the Broken Glass one? What was that one?
Broken Glass.
His song. He was like the Shattered. What was his?
Oh, Smoking Mirrors.
Smoking Mirrors.
Yeah, I love that theme song, but I would rather hear the Kingdom one.
Yeah,
that's the current one.
Yeah.
Have him come out with his neck tattoo.
I'll be
and then just pointing at the WrestleMania sign, and then Seth Rollins be like, I accept. So that'd be pretty cool.
But we don't know. He might just show up on Dynamite or whatever.
Yeah. Hopefully, I would love to see him in WWE.
Yeah. But that'd be kind of a game changer. Not really. Everything's a game changer nowadays.
It would be just because of who he was in AEW.
Yeah. Well, like the significance. Because everybody, now they just throw game changer. Like, oh, this is a game changer now. I'm like, dude, no, it's not.
Not really.
Like, every week is a game changer. Come on. But that would be a game changer because it's like the first major defection. But yeah.
But, all right, well, before you go, you want to go ahead and give another sponsor?
Yeah, we have another sponsor. It's called Everclear. Pretty much, if you want to get some really strong detergent to clean your clothes, you could clean your floors, you could clean whatever you want, clean your entire house. Just don't ingest it, obviously. Don't clean your teeth with it. But but you could contact them at 224-469-29. Oh, sorry. 224-469-9219. They're in the Chicagoland area. let them know that New Entry Wrestling Podcast sent you, and they could get you a good deal. But yeah, now that's thank you Everclear for being a sponsor of ours.
Yeah. So, is this it for this episode?
And then also for the other sponsor too.
Oh yeah, Faith Up Boutique. Thank you for sponsoring this episode.
Yes.
And yeah, hit them up for some shirts.
Yeah.
New Entry. Say New Entry on the email or
For
the
sure.
message to get 10% off.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
All right, listeners. This will be it for this episode. I'm Ever, and this is Ian.
And we are out.
Bye, guys.
Doo-doo-doo.